HDRi Maker add-on was used to create this scene. The use of the included tools was employed: cube dome, hooks, wrap objects. Animated model is free and was downloaded from Sketchfab. In description then find the link and credits to the author, Mike Chan. Now I'm going to delete the scene and recreate it. The two white planes will be used as wrap objects. Let's go. Let's add a dome cube type. Let's start by assigning the wrap function to the white planes. The HDRi Maker wrap function makes it possible for the indicated objects to affect the terrain in order to manipulate it in a non-destructive way. By activating the display wire checkbox, we will have the ground mesh in view. The floor of the dome can be further subdivided. This makes the wrap more precise. The wrap effect is limited to the edge of the dome walls. We can now hide the wrap object in a way to actually see the desired effect on the floor. In this case, we will have an irregular plan. Let's wrap the other object plane as well. In this example, I've followed some lines marked on the ground. This really gives a much more realistic touch to the scene. Now we need to add the hooks to model the dome, to adapt it to the environment where the image was taken. We are temporarily lowering the resolution of the dome plane subdivision, as it affects performance when manipulating hooks. I try to fit the dome walls to those in the image. Starting from the angles that are most interesting. Obviously, you can't reproduce every indentation or wall. But even then we would have a much better scene. The ceiling at this time is very deformed. It will be lowered later. Through the Dome Vectors menu, we adjust the height of the dome wall part. Hooks in the center of the scene are used to avoid in case the edges of the plane grid overlap, in order to avoid flickering of the mesh overlap. We lower the ceiling using the ceiling hook. Let's bring the resolution of the floor back to 6. 6 is not the maximum, it can be exceeded by typing a higher number. But it is highly discouraged, as too high a resolution tends to freeze Blender. Let's add a reflection and some bump map. These are always available on every background, even imported ones. The reflection zone is limited to the center, but can be expanded via the Dome Vectors menu. Let's lower the reflection a bit, and add some roughness. Now let's add some lights, using the Lights menu in HDRi Maker. This adds a circular lamp holder, with an interactive target point. We hide the hooks from view. The light is too powerful, they need to be lowered. Through the color button, can access to the color lab panel where there are color palettes, also dedicated to lights and the Kelvin scale. Choose a temperature that best suits the scene. The camera was already prepared, it always points to the character. Now we have a realistic location to shoot our render video. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel to stay updated on news.